Hello, 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 hello. Good evening. How's it going? Hope you are well. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're surviving the mini heat wave that we're having here in the UK, especially the south. Hmm. It was definitely cooler today, but it felt more. It felt there was more heat in the wind. There wasn't really a cool wind. Yesterday, you had a bit of a cool wind. Monday, the wind was a lot more cooler, but today it was very warm, very warm. But yesterday, so as you know, Saturday went to my mates. We dropped the suspension out the car, replaced the top mounts, put them back on, and then I was having issues where when I steer, the springs they weren't moving how they should be, and they were getting the top bit was getting stuck, and it was compressing until it sprung round and doing a little dong noise. Well, we popped them out yesterday in that absolute heat. We were dying because of that heat. And we came to the realization that there was a little bit missing that was on the older top mounts that we didn't really pay attention to until we realized, oh, that's actually a thing that we do need. And what it is, it's this little circular, it's like a circlet, right? It's just a small little round ring like that, with bearings underneath of it that goes underneath the top mount. So the plate which has the suspension spring on it sits against it, and it can pivot around freely. Well, we checked the bin just in case it hadn't been collected. It'd been collected, so luckily it's only a few quid to replace, but I have to order it online. It's annoying. But in the meantime, we greased the shit out of the thing, and you know what? That done just as good a job. Moves freely, no bumps, no ding dong dang, bong bang 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 as I turn it. It's great. It's smooth as anything, and yeah, boy. So I'm gonna have to do a long drive tomorrow just to really test it out, and we're gonna see how the weather's panning out, because it's quite weird. They say thunderstorms, but it's only for part of the evening tomorrow. It's not going to be all day. So we'll have to double check, see what it's like. But anyway, let's have a look and say hi to all the early birds. We've got Boy Captain. How you doing, mate? Underhive Hero, how's it going? Waylander's wondering, how you doing, mate? Who else is there? Who else is there? Who else is there? How's it going? A big wah to you two. Welcome in. I hope you're well. Harmist TV. So yeah, that's all our early birds at the moment. Of course, we are live on YouTube as well. So if you are on YouTube, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and let us know what you're up to. And of course, you can chat cross-platform just by looking on the chat on screen, so you can see what's going on there. So tonight, what am I going to be working on? Well, I need to do the finishing touches on this reprint that I've done for a client, which is literally going to be plugging the drainage holes. But this has been by far the better print anyway, by like a long shot. So I'm happy with it, and I'm sure they will be as well. The details just great. So plug the holes with the bits that I printed out. Well, yeah, because when you make holes on the model, like the little bit that you cut out appears next to the model, so you can print it out and plug it in. So I'm going to be doing that, and then I'm going to be finishing off the basing for my Silver Templars before doing some finishing touches on the details, and then transfers. I don't think I'll get time to do transfers tonight, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, exciting. You actually get to enjoy watching paint dry tonight. Oh, and also, for some reason, I put my little tray of basing sand right there on the floor, and as I went to go to my desk, I forgot it was there. Stepped on it, put sand everywhere. So it looks like I spilled a litter box right in front of my chair, so I have to stretch the legs over a bit. So there we go. That's just the nature of being disorganized or having organized chaos. I don't know what it is at the moment. Wolfenstone, how you doing? Hope you're well. Classic Sandy Kev, yes. Classic Sandy Kev indeed. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm painting, I'm going to drop this cam down. Don't need it so high. Slide it into the... That's what she said. Okay. And... always in my face. That's also what she said. I am never... You know what? I can't wait to get like decent lighting at some point. When that will happen, no idea. But it will happen eventually. Let's see. Is it out of focus or is it... Oof, okay. So I can actually pivot this now. And it should be okay. Ta-da! There we go. Bosh. Nope, don't like that. Put that back like that. Let's make it smaller. That's fine. That is fine. Right, just turn the camera. How's the torso? So, I was just showing everyone a second ago. Let me just get that up on... No, don't... Hey, chill out! These kids. Right, so here we are. As you see, the teeth printed out fine. Right. We've got some holes to plug, but I've got the printed out plugs, so the cutouts, I've got them, so I can plug the holes. But yeah, it is cured through and through. There's no leakage this time as well. And this, annoyingly, because of the way it was all heavily supported, the way I did it, this popped off with the support, but with just a little dab of fresh liquid resin on there, I just slid it back on, got my little UV light and cured it on the spot, and you would have never known unless I told you. But I'm transparent. So there we go. But yeah, orc face. I think it is just because of the lighting, really. Let's give me a halo for now. There you go. It was the top teeth were the issue. Basically, they didn't print out last time, so I had to print this dude at that angle, like that, and go crazy with the supports and then supports on supports, so they didn't fail. The Viking children. That's what they are. Or at least you would think they were. They're living up to their names though. So for those who don't know, my eldest boy is called Ragnar, and our youngest boy is called Hathor. So no, that's not the right one for that hole. That's what she said. These are too big. That's also what she said. Did I lose the smaller ones? Ah, there it is. Yeah, itty bitty that is. It looks like part of the support basically. No, because look, I got the bits to pop back in, right? So let me just test fit it. It just fell in. I ain't getting that out. Oh no, there you got a rattle. Ah, shit. Oh well. Yeah, because I had to actually widen. These holes were about originally 2/3 that size, and I had to actually file them out a bit more because they just weren't draining properly. You know, it's just too narrow of a hole. Same with the bottom ones there on the canister. So this will hide because that's a natural join. This you could pretty much paint over. Focus, there we go. There's 3 at the bottom because I thought 3, that'll help it drain properly, but I'll put 1 at the top as well just to be sure. And of course, it never came out the bottom, it came out the top. So yeah, but anyway, luckily I got the other bit. So what I can do, gel super glue is the best. Right, gotta let that set, cut it, file it, job done. Alright. So that's 1 hole. Und hole. You can. Right, what's going on? I'd say you could get a footy team, but I'm all out of Norse god names. Nah. Plus Ragnar isn't a Norse god, and Hathor is just Thor. It's got Thor's namesake in it, but it's a different name. Has given my nephew Mohican haircuts. Look, Space Marine Scouts, and only 3 and 6 years old. Youngest already acts like a commando, running, jumping, and climbing everywhere. Now his haircut to match. Nice. Beef casserole and rice. Why are you telling me what you're eating? That's so random. It sounds nice though. Right, so let's take this support out. Rinse and repeat. Hey. Cool. But yeah, gel, I swear by it, seriously. The Universal Gel Super Glue, best super glue I've ever used. Because it just doesn't run everywhere. It just goes exactly where you want it. It feels like it's half cured super glue, you know? It's not really thick enough. Now this should fit nicely in the other one because I never got to widen it. Ah! Get in the hole. There we go, plugged it. Yeah, he is eating real food. Thought you want an update. Oh, fair enough, man. Yeah, but you like you said, hey, look, I'm being healthy tonight. I'm eating this. You just went casserole. Oh, good on you, man. Yeah, that's it. Inconsiderate flying wanker. You know, no careful people like myself who are real life Twitchers and YouTubers. Yeah, influencers galore, content creator, just flying past my flat like, you know, you got your own life to live. How dare you? Right, so as I said, this is quick drying stuff, so I should be able to clip it. Pew! And then trim it. Just scrape over. Wipe it. Done. And you can't even really tell, can you? Eh? Like, once there's paint on it, you wouldn't even see it. I'm actually gonna demolish a packet of biscuits after. Oh, there we go. I thought Kev's next kid has an Anglo-Saxon name. Uhtred for boy. Eogifu for a girl. To set up proper rivalry. Alright. Actually, I was flipping the idea of Knut to the wife before. She was like, "That's a horrible name." I was like, "Hey, look, English kings have been named Knut." She's like, "Yeah, but it's still horrible." And I was like, "Yeah, I suppose you're right." And it, you know, I was just using it as an excuse to like slip up and go, all right, cunt. I mean, canoe. Not that I'd ever say that to my own children, to their face, anyway. Imagine the bullying. Yeah, I know. Pew. I hope you can't hear the music in the background, because if you can, then oh dear to YouTube, I'm going to end up with a strike. Oh, it snapped for me. Nice. That made my job easier. Yeah, school kids would run hard with it, wouldn't they? So, what's everyone's mind on how we count medals? Should we count, like, should we have the table fixed as this country has got the most medals, or should we have it fixed as these are the countries that have the most gold? I think it should be the most gold, and logic dictates that that's the best way. I mean, you can flick between the two if you want. Say, look, this country had this many, and this country had this many. But the problem with that is the numbers can be fiddled a bit, right? Especially if you got multiple athletes in the same contest, right? And then you get two podium stands. Like, for example, the swimming, right? Australia got gold, the US got silver and bronze. Now, does that mean, right? If you're counting golds, Australia did better, right? That makes sense because gold is first place. But if you do by how many medals, then that would mean the US did better. It doesn't make sense, right? It's silly. You can hear some Austin Powers stuff. That's not happening right here. Could not give less of a shit. Just started up some conversation, dude. Would you rather I didn't talk then? Well, I'm going to talk no matter what, but I'm just asking. No clue what I'm talking about. So basically, some of the American news channels are reporting the Olympics wins with the like everyone shows the table of who's first, second, third with overall gold, right? This country's got the most gold, this got the second many, this got third. There's a few American news channels who are reporting it as whoever's got the most medals, full stop, gold, silver or bronze, the total of the medals, right? And I can pretty much tell you that the consensus is about 90% that it's dumb. Like, read the chat. Yeah, that would help as well, I suppose. That's fair, Bill. That's fair. Some context. I thought I did. My apologies. You know what? Let me up my music a little bit, and it might drown out the scar that you can hear in the background. Oh yeah, nope. They even had the klaxon. Actually, it's not ska. It's sounds like Jamaican R&B. A little bit of water. And just wipe away that loose dust, and there you go. Perfect. Right. Wouldn't even know. There you go, dude. All prepped for you and ready to go. Okay? I've just got to pack it and send it for you now. What are trying to cover by pushing it? Maybe the Southport stuff that's going on. No. I don't think. No, that's been all over the bloody place, man. That's been everywhere. From what I understand, because I haven't really looked. Well, here we go. I haven't really looked into it, so therefore I shouldn't really have an opinion on it, right? But from what I understand from the brief exposure to it, is there's a lot of unanswered questions as to who was responsible, and a lot of people are calling the sort of claiming issue that if it were, you know, a white British person who committed the crimes, it would be told in the news instantly. Whereas if it's someone of an ethnic background, an ethnic minority background, or who's immigrated over, that gets delayed heavily and sometimes left out of reporting completely. I don't know how much substance there is to that, so that's not coming from my viewpoint or my exposure. That's from what I've seen briefly. Have a look on the internet, but I think it's just another thing to divide people, really. And I think, you know what, I miss the days when the news was just reporting news and it wasn't sensationalism. You know, I mean, you had your one bit at the end of the news. You had your little, you know, light-hearted bit of news. It was like, you know, this event happened, and you know there was some things that happened there, and it was good fun, and la la la. Or you know they made this discovery, and it was great, and blah blah blah. But now it just seems very polarizing and sensationalized, and it's just I can't bring myself to really watch the news, to be honest. But there you go. My printing slate is clear, yeah. Send over the files, dude. Oh, okay, that's cool. I just don't get why folk care about the limp pickles. Half a story to half a reason. I don't procrastinate with the news. Probably something about responsible. Background don't mean shit. Cunts are cunts. That's very true. Propaganda. and not the kind where we're having a good time. You know what I mean? Isn't the accused perp a brown dude from Cardiff, as in born and raised in Cardiff? I don't know. BBC says parents are from Rwanda. No shit. No way. If if that's true, that's the funniest shit ever. Like that alone would sink the Rwanda, you know, exported fucking. Oh shit. Oh dear. Probably the Welsh part of Rwanda. When I seen the news and remembered I can't do jack about what's happening, then proceeded to not watch. Yeah. Classic Celtic people. Yeah, there you go. They love their leeks, sheep, and knives. Wow, there you go. There you go. Damn. Right, so last thing, actually, I really should do this before. Those plugs weren't finally, like, they didn't have the final cure. So, just doing this will solidify it. It don't take long. 5-10 seconds fully cures it. And in fact, that if you leave it a little too long, it starts getting pale. It's quite fun. I'm gonna have to start wearing gloves when I do this, otherwise I'm gonna end up with freckly fingers. And I need to wear shades when I do that as well. There you go. That's done. You alright? What's occurring?
Hello? Can you hear the guns?
Yeah. And I can hear you making a noise, and I can see chocolate on your forehead. Why you got chocolate on your forehead?
I got like from the muffin.
You know you shouldn't do that. You should just put it in your mouth.
I got like.
Yeah, don't bury your face in the muffin. Just eat it.
It was funny.
Is it? All right, go on. Clear off. Bye. Have a good night.
How did you hear it when I got?
Because you're in here not making the noise. Don't care for leek or lamb. Leeks are nice, so lambs. Leeks make nice soup. You don't do vests. Why not? Sunglasses for your fingers and gloves for your eyes. Yeah, sure. Sure. We'll see how that works. Right. So we are sorting this out. I need to look. I've added some extra basing material. Some of that urban 40k urban base ready rubble shiz. You know what it is. You know what it is. So paint all this brown. Then we do a heavy overbrush of Steel Legion Drab. And then we do a dry brush of Screaming Skull. And then that should give us a nice effect. So let's get it painted up, yo. No, I saw that. I saw that comment. Give it a whiff. I will not. I will not. You never know with kids. I don't need a roadmap to jokes, dude. You just need to tell good jokes. Yeah, I mean that's probably why I don't have a podcast. Because it would just be like sidetrack after sidetrack after sidetrack. And then at the end it would be like, oh yeah, we're gonna talk about this, but we just ran out of time. Never mind. See you next time. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Trip faster. There we go. So what's everyone working on at the moment? What are you all up to? What you doing? I do not need a co-host. The co-host would sidetrack me even more. We know this because that's what used to happen. I used to get sidetracked even worse than I do now. This is why comedians can perform on stage in person in front of an audience and not online. Exactly. I might have to water this down a bit actually. I'm not worried about making a mess on the bottom of the dread because that'll just be a bit of weathering essentially. I just put paint on the camera. Oh no, we're good, we're good. You been binging the boys? Not if I stayed sober and kept notes and was actually professional. Could you imagine? That's like me not fucking up my own shit and being professional and not having tech issues. And it's nice to have dreams, you know. Is he rewatch season 4 to 5 Cobra Kai with Mills, then watch newest part? I haven't, you know what, I haven't had Netflix for like 2 years, so I'm probably a fair bit behind on Cobra Kai. And some of the other shows I used to watch. Oh yeah, I read somewhere that a whole bunch of people started unsubscribing from them. Not for the price increases or you know, like because of the range of shows or whatever, but because of what political party they were supporting. Like they dropped a big load of money for one of the American political parties, and a lot of people weren't happy with that. Namely, folks who support the other large political party. Yeah, Netflix. I was like, are you really surprised? I don't think he's supposed to be a convincing bad guy. We all know who the real bad guy is. I get more out of Disney than I do out of Netflix, to be honest. Because on Disney you got all the Fox shows now as well, which and there's some good shows on Fox. So seem to think karate is life, and if you don't win the All Valley, you won't win in life, basically. What Netflix are supporting? It's what it for. Former owners supporting Americans are thicker than mice. Thicker than mints. My apologies, misreading that. They do stretch out the storyline too much, right? The classic near misses of a storyline that could have been concluded at some point, or they just don't bother getting a character to just say, hey, look, this is what happened, and then like the other person go, oh shit, I'm sorry, and then like they resolve the issue. Oh no, that would be too easy. No, they gotta go silent, ghost the other person, and just live out the rest of their existence as if they were actually guilty of the crime that they're being accused of. Only for it, maybe at the end of the season, or maybe even the next season, for the other person to find out that all this time they were mistaken and the other person just didn't say shit. In which case, by then the damage is already irreparable, and that's it. Game over for that. Just boring. Right. Amazon has got interesting stuff too, yeah. It's got some good shows there. Karate till the only thing left is karate. Exactly, that's basically it. Yeah. I mean, they already did the redeeming arc for what's his name, innit? For him to pull his shit together and all that, and I was like, okay, so what do we do now? It feels like they're basically what the only thing they can do is try and revisit every single character that ever was in a Karate Kid movie and make them into a bigger part of the plot than they ever were to begin with. You know, it's just like, really, come on now. This is karate, man. No swords there. Alright, that's good. Okay, so while that dries, I might as well do Screaming Skull on these other ones. By the way, beverage of choice tonight is Kraken with a little bit of Pepsi. I feel like you're trying to do a gotcha moment with me, but I haven't seen any katanas. I don't remember any katanas. Were there katanas? It doesn't seem to match. Bollocks. Maybe it was a Screaming Skull. Maybe it was a Shatty Bones, maybe a bit more yellowy. Maybe it was a Shatty Bone. Biggest version would be now 50. Let's get pissy about that time you found me. Look at it dumped in the big. Wow. Okay. Spoilers. Yeah. Okay. Fucking difference is minuscule. Get the light right. I can see what I'm talking about. They're the same. The fucking same. Ah, dear. Ah. Fuck it. If you can hear the kids in the background, this is basically them all day long from the moment they wake up. So you can appreciate why I'm desperate to get a proper full-time job and get back to the workforce. I love my kids in moderation. There's like the moon. Yeah, little clanger holes. You're welcome. Bosh. Right. Thor. Thor. Chill out. Dicey guy. How's it going, man? So, Mr. Gav, do we have to wait until Friday to get next month's KFC theme? That's a good point, actually. Tonight is the got 2.5 hours to submit your entry for this month.
Fortnite, I was in second place.
You was in second
And
place.
I only killed one person.
Really? Sneaky. And then the first place person obviously killed you, yeah.
Yeah, because the body was like this. And I was in the center. He was right here. Then I was looking behind. And he was behind me.
I got you from behind. Yeah, that's what it takes.
2 shots.
Yeah.
1 shot.
Good one though. You're getting better considering you only just started playing it. Not bad. Like, you're...
High five.
Yeah, you get a high five for that. Yeah. Bosh. There you go. Right, now clear off. So, what am I saying? So we did an open category, and we've done vehicle. Now I believe there was a theme I said we'll do this month, and I've completely forgotten about it. So I don't know if anyone remembers. I do remember saying, "Hey," to the person who, gave it as an idea. Remind me, so we could do it this month. Something summary. You know what? Actually, let's do something different this month, right? We are always focused on the miniatures, right? We are always focused on the miniatures. Let me just change it to my face. There we go. Here's my face. So we are always thinking about how we are going to paint miniature in different styles, different types of miniatures. I want to see for August's KFC what you can do with a base. Alright? Now, just to be clear, I mean the base that a miniature is glued onto. It can be any size except... Actually, you know what? Scrap that. It could be between 25 and 40 mil. Okay? 25 to 40 mil. Because that way, because otherwise, people will be doing like high detail in a small space. And then there'll be some people who get like the larger base and do crazy detail. Now, whether or not you actually have a miniature attached to that base or not, purely up to you. Alright? But what I want to see is what you can do with a base, yeah. Summer vibes would be cool, but really, I just want to see your technical skills when it comes to base craft. Okay, so 25 to 40 mil. That's basically anything from a tiny regular chap to a Terminator, essentially. That sort of base size. Yeah, I want to see what you lot can do. And I mean, remember the limit is only the size of the base. Okay. There's no limit on what you can have on the base. Now I remember we did this challenge a couple of years ago. Actually, we haven't done it in a long time. And there was some very interesting submissions when we did it. So see how creative you can get, right? And there's plenty of there's plenty of interpretation to this challenge. Okay. I'll put like the end date to submit and all that, and the rest of the details in the Discord. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna stick. So I think, because that way we can get more people involved, because a lot of people are going to be on holiday or busy doing things, it being the summer holidays. So this one is something that you can work on in the background quite easily with more limited time. But yeah, I want to see what you can do with a little base. Is the base like that big or that big? Yeah, there's your variation there, 25 or 40, right? What are you going to do with that? What can you do with it? Let's do it. So, let's chat, catch up in the chat. Did you paint yourself though? Oh. In 2 hours I can. Give me 10 mins and a rail can. Baby Gates, there's no... Oh, wow. I had an awesome GW moment today. They said I painted nice. Oh, wow. Nice one, dude. Well done. There are other worlds than these. Sorry, there's not a big enough yawn. Probably. Basing challenge. Yes. That's it. Busy procrastinating. Perfect. But yeah, it's do what you can with a base, right? I want to see some crazy shit. You've already seen what I can do. Here's an example. So that's the base that this mini came with. That's what it ended up with, right? So the limit is your imagination, really. There you go. Don't have anything that needs a fancy base, mate. I'll let my painting speak without distraction. Oh, that sounds like loser talk. Let's see you do some good gravel and sand then. If you're such an expert at it, let's see your peak gravel and sand expertise. Right, so what was I doing? Still Legion Drab, that's what I was doing. Still Legion Drab, fuck yeah. Blop. You know what, I kind of regret putting the camera down so far. That feels better. It was too close. And that's too dry. I need it more of an overbrush. There we go. So if it could be on a 40mm base, can I have the basing overhang the perimeter? Like I said, you can go as crazy as you like, as long as that's the maximum size of the base. This one is deliberately open to interpretation because I want people to abuse it as much as possible. Should I? Well, that's the fun of it, right? If I don't have a spare base... Oh, hang on. If I don't have a spare base, I'm going to cut some plastic cards to size. I'll do rims better. No! It can be any base from any company. It just, that's the maximum diameter of the base. It's 40 mil. New topping discovered for Weetabix, Magic Stars and Smarties. Lovely. I do love a good rim. Base or base, exactly. Autocorrect, yeah. Face down, base up. That's it. Hey Phil, how's it going? We were just discussing August's KFC, which is going to be fancy base. The base could be between 25 and 40 mil, and you could build and go crazy on it and do whatever you like with it as much as you like. What are you doing?
He like chocolate at me.
Why?
And then he even...
Why have you got chocolate at this time of night?
He has a chocolate bar. Mommy said I can get one.
Did she? Because the amount of times you said Mummy said, and it's turned out to be a bull-faced lie. Well, they're still up because it's very hot. And, you know, summertime. Kids don't want to go down, do they? Like earlier, yeah, but look at the time now. Yeah. I imagine he's taken forever to eat it. Ah. Ah, that's bad. The dog's taking the dump outside in the yard, and the wind has just blown the smell of it through my window. That's bad. My God. Just finished this month's challenge. Just posted now. Nice, excellent. That's what I want to see. Do you need a link to the print plan for? Yeah, please. It would speed things up. I appreciate it, mate. And then I'll get straight to work on it after the live. Of course. That's in, dude. Thanks for my link thing. Did I get a Nurgle out to get in a Spearhead AOS game soon? Same plan to want. Sit down, paint stream. Might not do it though, since I'm a coward. Just do it, man. Just do it. And do contrast. Dry brushes and contrast. That's it, man. That's what we love to see. STL should be in Dropbox. Cheers, dude. up and down, but still kicking. Nice. Actually, suddenly not. Do it. No, Lupus Canis was someone else, dude. It might just exactly. That's why I offered it. Ah, this is drying already. One night, yeah, one more time. Thanks for the memories, even if they weren't so bad. They tasted even sweeter. What a bloody annoying song. I only changed my names once, but kept Bazooka in it so people knew it was still. I've changed my name before. Once upon a time, all my online names was Bob Monkey Cheese. Before I started the Hobby Corner, and then I changed pretty much everything over to the Hobby Corner. You know, in case I was going to live stream gaming or whatever. Which is a possibility. Actually, yesterday was the first time I plugged in my my PS4 in years. Right? Just because, you know, like the kids are at that age where they're like starting to get into gaming, as you can tell from the celebration of doing well on Fortnite, and it feels so alien. Also, I'm pretty sure I remember the PlayStation Plus was just a one payment thing, right? It was like you could do monthly, you could do yearly, but it was one level to it, right? Now there's 3 levels? Like, what? What's that all about? Money grabbing bastards. It's alright, isn't it? All the times Lewis Canis commented on my videos, it was just no, it wasn't Phil. Ah, I never do, man. Bob Mink. Just what? I wish it was still Bob Monkey Cheese. Yeah. I wasn't Kevina, but thank you very much. My first name was Kimmel79. Interesting. About the year you were born. Always changed my thing, so a bit dicey. Yeah, there is 100 of them. Yeah, you don't seem it. I don't think you're almost a decade my senior, to be honest. I thought we were closer in age. Who's that comment to? The lowest first you get 3 monthly free monthly games. Second, you can access the game catalog with over 300 free downloads. Access to exclusive games and PS Cinema. Fucking hell. Well, it's Sony, isn't it? So it would be Paramount? All the Paramount movies then, wouldn't it? But what was I gonna say? Yeah, I've got like so many. I've got like 120 games that are locked away now because I don't have the PlayStation Plus pass. It's gutting, man. Why all this swearing? Trying to be cool. Who's swearing? I have no idea what you're on about, dude. Sure. Alright. Okay, I've got the links. Right. So there's about just over 2 hours left for the KFC entries, and then we're going to do the results this Friday, of course. Oh, there we go. That's better. Right. Now to paint the rim. Should do it straight from the pot, I think. Don't need that. Black Legion. Now. Actually, we will do this. We'll use coal black. Modern gamer era. I was only out of it for a few years. Like, okay, 5 years. 5 years is a long time, to be fair, actually. Only some. I do like to have hard copies of games. Yeah? Oh. Okay, the wife needs me saving her. Hang on. Right. Ah. Fucking toppers. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mute. I'm going to go on thingy. Be right back. And I'm going to jack up the music. Enjoy Intro Wars. BRB. well, I'm back. Let's just let this ride out for a moment, and then we'll continue with the show. I'm gonna fork ya. Oh no, not the healing bombs. Get in. Yeah, that's it. Heal up. Yeah. No. Oh, what? Oh, that is disgusting. That was disgusting. Not only did you cross swords, but you also spit roasted me. Foul. Uh. Yeah, let's go. It's forking time. Oh, come on. This is rubbish. Last one, I promise. Well, that didn't last very long at all. This is the last one. Nice to meet you. Do you like stargazing? Because I've got a morning star you can look at. I'm finally getting a kill streak. How cool is that? Yeah. Oh, come on. Go fish head. Oh, the swap weapons. No. Oh, spear or sword? Which one? Oh, what? Fuck's sake. Threw the sword at my dude and took him out. That was ridiculous. Anyways, let's get back to our regularly scheduled content, shall we? Did you step on Lego? Why did you throw something on your foot? Well, okay, better choice of words then. Why did you drop something on your foot? Don't blame the Hot Wheels. They're leading the way. That's for any 90s kid in the in the chat. You're welcome. So that kids are in the doghouse. No, you know what? The wife has been spending most of today sorting through all their stuff. So she's just doing the final quick tidy up of the mess that she made. And now she's cursing herself because she's hurting herself. I think it's fixed, man. I think the Bob Ross thing is fixed. Every time Bob Ross comes on, he starts like winning. Definitely a fix. Alright, let's get these rims nice and tidy. Oh my god. You know everyone can hear everything you lot are saying. Especially that cackle that you did.
Yeah, well, sorry, but Thor said he was an angel.
Oh, well, yeah, no,
That's well deserved, right?
yeah, definitely. I hope you did it an inch from his face as well.
That's mean.
Oh. Mean enough to cackle, but not mean enough to do it in his face. Not going to give him the respect.
Alright, what colour is that? Someone's asking.
Khaki?
Dark khaki, right?
Yeah.
We'll put it to the members. What camera?
That one.
That one. What colour is that, guys? Oh, it looks different when you put it up to the light. Would you still
No way! What? All this time I just thought this was here for shits and giggles, not to illuminate things clearly.
Would you still say it's khaki?
Like
For a potential sell?
it's like a dark khaki, isn't it?
Thank you.
I wasn't being a douche. Can't call me a douche canoe. A douche canal? Oh my god. How big is your vajayjay if you need a canal? Always paint his own locations of his victims. Yeah, love that one. Yeah, she hurt herself on Hot Wheels. She put there. She was putting it away in a bucket because we got like a big old bucket to put all the stuff in, and she dropped something on her foot. Yeah. Bob Ross is actually Chuck Norris, but in disguise. I mean, sure. Show us again. Oh, she's already gone. You're gonna have to ricka rewind. A river runs through it. Ah, dude. That's nasty. Should be ashamed of yourself. Why is there not a pregnant Barbie? Ah. Is it for short leg? I have no idea. Oh, why is... Okay, I get you. Why is Barbie not pregnant? Because Ken comes in a different box. Yeah. Alright, yeah. You're filthy, mate. You're filthy. Yeah, chat has gone very weird. That's weird. That's weird. Like my accent is doch. Isn't it so weird? Why do you blame me for it? I didn't do anything. A callback to last time Kev showed something on stream. Kev's wife showed something on stream. Oh. What did she show on stream last time? I still don't know what you lot are bloody talking about. It's a lovely cool breeze in the air right now. It's just coming through the windows. It's lovely. The pants. Unlocked. I had to guess what it meant. Oh, the pants. Jeans, right? Pants. I'm not American. I can feel it calling in the air tonight. Oh Lord, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord, I can hear it calling in the air tonight. Oh Lord, I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Fuck the breeze, you have hay fever. Fart means speed in Norwegian. That makes sense. Is that where we get the word fast? As in like the speed. Could be a sort of a linguistic adaptation there. After all, there was a very long-standing cultural exchange program that happened between Norway and England. But that means I can call my monowheel or Gitmo Fart. Yeah, that'd be a good name. Smell means smashing in Norwegian. Really? So, whenever you were watching, I don't know if you remember the TV show The Wild Thornberrys, that was on Nickelodeon, and the catchphrase for the father of the family was smashing. So, would he just say smell? Or would they keep the English catchphrase? Smashing. Remember when there was Nigel Thornberry memes everywhere for a while? You couldn't escape it, could you? Culture exchange program equal Viking invasion. Exactly. Yeah. It was a culture exchange program. We taught them how to farm and, be civilized. They taught us shipbuilding and sacrifices to the gods. Oh, we also helped while they were over here. We were like, hey, here's Christianity, motherfuckers. Booyah. I'm collecting bits to make a Gizmo Roboduck from DuckTales to fight him. Facebook comments maybe do it. Sounds good. It's not the fart that kills you, it's the smell. knowing the yeah, no, that's a good one. Nah, they weren't that civilized. Civilized in the way that they had laws, they had a justice system, they had currency, they had forms of farming. And yeah, they could build ships. And they had oral histories. But did they use a knife and fork? No. Are you sure you don't want to go to the hospital, Hannah? Han, do you need to go to the hospital?
You play it. You have no Nintendo Switch. I don't play it. Joke's on you. No, I don't. I don't want you playing it.
She's okay. I was going to make a joke about dropping Hot Wheels stuff on her feet. Most who came left to find fertile land because they were overpopulated. Right. Yeah, where you had to obey by the laws from the king. It was either serve Harold or go out for yourself. Harold was a bit of a bastard, wasn't he? That's okay, it's probably the old age. Ta-da! Done! Right. Come on, look at that. There we go. Like brand new. I've had this brush for absolute years, and it's still going. That's an absolute workhorse of a brush. You want to unite everyone, but as always, some folks' pride got in the way. Most folk in power are usually a bit of a... See what you did there. Good night.
Good night. I want to say hi.
You can't say hi.
I want to say
You're in your pants. You can't say hi.
I'm really good at Fortnite.
You are good at Fortnite, yes.
Can you tell them?
He wants me to tell you that he's good at Fortnite. That's my oldest. Yeah, they know now. Alright, good night. Alright, so see what these look like. That's alright, isn't it? Just need some transfers on it. And away we go. Also get some tufts on there. Maybe a little bit of foliage. Just to spice it up a little bit. Thank you very much. Right, now the fun bit is going to be gluing these mofos back onto the bases. Trying to match up the flat spots that I put. Oh my god, I absolutely wore out. Too much heat, man. It's just wears me out. I'm okay. I'm okay now. I'm okay now. But you really gotta listen to me, because I'm telling the truth. Trust me. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Well, I'm not okay. I'm not all fucking okay. Oh dear. There we go. Who doesn't love a little bit of My Chemical Romance? Yeah. Don't be looking at me, dog. Bendy's looking at me like, you gonna walk me yet? It's like, nah, it's not your time yet. He also makes you nostalgia. Yeah, exactly. Magnus Hagavots Landslof was a law covering the whole of Norway issued by King Magnus VI of Norway between 1274 and 1276. The law was the first to apply to Norway as a whole and is one of the first examples of comprehensive national legislation from a central authority in Europe. Wow, there you go. But did he write it down though? He had people for that. What? Christian monks he enslaved, yeah. Yeah, but you're acting like the Vikings were the first to do all of that. Bro, the Greeks and the Romans, did they not create legislation? Did they not have forms of government? Come, my lady, come, my lady, you're my butterfly. Come, my lady, you're my pretty baby, you make my legs shake, you make me go crazy. Magna Carta 1215. Boom! Have a go at that. They weren't civilized. They couldn't use a knife and fork, and they didn't write much. Also, how can you call a people civilized if they have pickled herring? That's barbaric, mate. Yeah. And we had a millennia of Dark Age where we went backwards. Yes, we did. That was fun. And if it weren't for Arabic philosophers and mathematicians, a lot of that knowledge, all of the basics would have got lost to the sands of time. And then we eventually got our shit together. We had a renaissance, and then we're like, oh look, all this shit that we were rediscovering that people already knew for like 1500 years, and we're just fucking remembering it now. A what? Yeah, pickled eels is just as disgusting and barbaric too. I just winding them up. I know that the Norwegian people of old, and their invading counterpart, the Vikings, were sophisticated, civilized people who just enjoyed a little bit of war and pillage and human sacrifice. But they were good, decent, hard-working folk. The original English was blue-black according to Romans. Yeah, I know Viking means to go pirating. That's why I said the Viking counterparts, the pirating Norwegians. Yeah. Oh, don't get me started on the Dane. No, really. Don't get me started on the Danes. You lot take shit way too seriously. Normally it's the other way round. I don't know. I like the Danish, right? My favourite is the maple pecan lettuce. That's lovely. That's lush, man. Okay, starting on the Welsh Romantics. Hey, we got a callback. Love it. There we go. That's what it's all about, eh? The fucking callbacks. No, you stay there. For a drier colour. That's too green. That noise. Go in there. No flowers for you. We'll go with that one. That's way too colourful as well. I might do a couple of those on the dread base. Bit random, but hey ho. What you gonna do? Like the baker. The Egyptians were so old that they even did archaeology on themselves like 6,000 years old. Yeah. Imagine having a civilization that lasted that long. I think the like the most famous comparison for ancient Egypt is that like Cleopatra is closer to us in our current time period than she was to the construction of the Great Periods. The pyramids. Shit, I fucked that up. Which sort of dispels a lot of misconceptions about when shit was built and when people were around, you know. Oh my god. The world we live in and all those lives lived before us makes me think. But what if they weren't before us? What if they were after us and everything's going backwards? Shut up. Pre-civilizations. Well, you gotta think, right? So they reckon Homo sapiens, so humans that we identify as us now, it's only been around as a species for about 100,000 years. There's going to be a period of time before that where we were transitioning from the previous species into the current species, and then there'll be a period where there were different species. And did we just all of a sudden start doing civilization when we were Homo sapiens, or were there forms of civilizations in the previous species before? And if so, where's the archaeological evidence for that? And then you can then go, well, they probably didn't build anything that would have fossilized or stayed safe in the ground for too long, because it probably was all temporary and shit, and then it's just a big deep dive bullshit thing. Yo, what's up? Generation V. We like to learn about Asian culture, Nordic. There are so many parallel, like dragons. Yes. Now with wings. I thought so too. Hear my mom talk about ancient India. What we know is fuck all. Exactly. India, nice place till the British turned up. We didn't do that much to it, really, to be honest. Ritual praise the lizard wizard. You know. You can't say that for most of the planet. Great until the British arrived. Really though? Really? Because look, there was always conquest. There was always conquest and dreams of imperial expansion, right? We just did it a little better. That's all. I say we, our ancestors did it a little better. But, you know, it wasn't as murderous as other empires. I'm pretty sure the murder rate of ancient Rome, or even the Greek or Egyptian empires, as limited as they were pretty murderous. The Ottoman Empire was pretty murderous. The Arabic Empire was pretty murderous. The Indian Empire was pretty murderous. The Mongolian Empire, notoriously known as being very murderous. So, you know, it's perspective, really, isn't it? It's different being born and brought up in a country that has that kind of history, you know, being more on the side of the winning side, but that's again a matter of perspective, than it is to be born and raised in a nation that was conquered or affected by the history of a country like mine, you know. So it's, you know, it is what it is, really. South America, stones cut so precise they fit better than we can do today. Well, no, that's not true at all. That's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. We can fit stones together pretty damn well. Notoriously well. That's why we got houses. Little stones that are made and shaped and stacked upon each other. We Homo sapiens have been scientific with humanoid apes since the 60s, like full of conversations. Not once have the apes asked us anything makes you think. I mean, it just depends on what their curiosities are, isn't it? They have different drives. They have different wants and needs, so that drives their curiosity. Like, they'll be more curious about something that could possibly help them forage, or, you know, protect themselves, or to learn about something that could be a possible threat, because that's the level of survival that they're at. They're not at a point where they are they're living within the means of their environment. They're not living in an environment of immense prosperity in terms of, you know, like, there's no threats to their lives, there's no threats to their habitat or their food source. They're not in that sort of situation. There's always a threat to one of those. So their main drive is always going to be survival. Whereas humans kind of got into a point where, you know, we got cushy, and then we were like, hey, look, what if we start growing this fancy looking grass and, you know, crush this shit and mix it with some other shit, and look, we got bread. That's cool. You know? We're just a more curious type of ape. That's about it. Shit show with the countries go back. Boy Captain always comes in with aliens. I'm not saying it was aliens. Dear. Socrates was fit. Did you know that? All the great philosophers also thought you should have a fighting body than getting teabagged by a nerd. I mean, that makes sense. Apes sling poo at stuff. Why would they be curious about anything we do? I think D means the Montelus walls in Machu Picchu, all so tight you can't get paper between the blocks. Right. Time and patience. They had nothing better to do. So time and patience, you can cut a stone straight enough. And all you got to do, after you cut that stone from a block, right, is make sure that when you place it, you just turn it upside down. And the top bit will be flush with the other bit that you put down, because it's cut the same, because none of the cuts are straight, they just match, right? And then the next stone, say like you cut it with a bit of a kink, right? Well, because you turn that stone over when you laid it, when you go to cut a block, another block of stone from that bigger block underneath where you cut it, it's going to have the same outline. So all you got to do, cut that out, then you flip it, pop, and again that kink will be there to meet the kink indent on. It's not that it's not that difficult to figure out, really. Not even now with all the tech we have. I'm pretty sure you can. I'm pretty sure you can. I mean, for the longest time, they couldn't figure out how Roman concrete worked, right? Because it's self-healing essentially, right? So if it gets a crack, somehow the crack fills out. But recently they figured out what the key ingredient in the concrete was, and I can't remember what it was. But essentially, what happens is, as water gets into the cracks, there's a little chemical reaction and it makes it fill out again and solidify, and that's how it self-heals. And it took them fucking ages to figure that one out. They're built on with more modern brickworks, and those stones are fucking ancient. I think we got a taste for shrooms, so our brain different from ape. That is also true. That is also true. Psychedelics. There's well-known theories about how the use of psychedelics helped us move along with inventiveness and curiosity, and with the development of religion and superstition and stuff like that. So yeah, there is actually a correlation there. And psychedelics have been historically known to be used throughout human history. It's documented quite well. So it's not a big leap to think that it goes past written history. See, I know some shit, motherfuckers. You can't, not even now. No, you can. They had nothing better to do. No, I'm not saying, it's not dismissing it. I just think, right? So, what it is basically the ancient peoples of days gone by achieved amazing feats, yeah? Amazing technological feats. They did amazing architectural feats. They did amazing things with the materials and the tools at their disposal, right? But when people say shit like, oh, we can't even do it today with our modern technology, it's bullshit. We can, we just don't. It's that simple. We can, we just don't. So it's just a case of, if you have enough people, right, and you have enough will and reason behind it, shit can be done. It's just we don't do it now because we don't need to. We have no drive to do it, right? So when you're saying about the blocks matching perfectly and not fucking falling over because they lived in quite you know, a rock, not a rocky area, but you know, like an unstable area where earthquakes were known to happen, so they had to build with the materials that they had in that environment to make sure their shit don't fall over. That's an amazing feat. But I think sometimes people get a bit carried away with that and go, well, it couldn't be done today. Well, it could be done today. And you got to also think how much time and patience would have gone into making that. It wasn't made overnight. It wasn't made over a case of weeks or months. Those buildings, those walls would have taken absolute years to do and to get right. And it would have been lifetime projects to build shit, right? And you got to figure that period of time. Lifetime could mean anything from, if you don't die from being eaten, stung, or disease, and you just live the full life, it would probably be anything from 30 to 50, right? So you would have had a whole lifetime building the thing, getting good at building a thing, and then passing it on to, you know, future generations to finish off. So there's that disjoint between what you see and how much time and effort went into it. But also, I think a lot of people jump to the fucking aliens thing way too often, or some sort of secret, ancient, sort of mystery. Like they had fucking lasers and shit. There's no evidence of lasers whatsoever. There's evidence that they built this shit. There's no evidence that lasers were used. So, you know, but it's cool. It's good. The fact that it stands up in fucking earthquake areas is amazing as well. Right, cut some stone. I don't have years of my life to fucking cut through stone, dude. Can tell you've never cut stone, pal. I have cut stone. You know what I used? I used a I used a fucking high-powered tool to do it, motherfucker. Because we can cut stone. That's how we get blocks of fucking stone. Pro House Builder Kev. Just go and look at the bloody sites, mate. We hit rock bottom. Yeah, the Romans just went home to Home Depot. Yes, they did. That fat guy, how you doing? I hope you well. We're not talking about Romans. According to Reddit, the fountain of all knowledge. Sure. The secret to Roman concrete is using blood in the mix. It's not. But there was a certain ash that they used. Volcanic ash. That was one of the key ingredients. Fucking Berserkers had a taste for Super Mario Shroom. They did indeed, yeah. That's what helped them get their courage. There were civilizations before the Great Flood and Ice Age that were more advanced, and they mostly died out. Then our shit started with dinos after. What? Wait, what? There were civilizations before the Great Flood and Ice Age that were more advanced, and they mostly died out. Then our shit started with the dinos after they all went to shit. Dude, dinos have been long gone, unless you're talking about birds or crocodiles. I mean, technically crocs are dinos, aren't they? There is a theory floating around about the Younger Dryas period, and how there could have been civilizations around then which got wiped out in that catastrophe and subsequent ice age. But I don't know, there's not enough evidence to really make it work. Do we chat and Kev think Atlantis was real? I'm neither here or there on Atlantis, mate. But I believe it's, what was it? The Eye of the Sahara. That is thought to be where Atlantis may have been. That's the theory. That's a theory. I don't know what to think on it, really. They made a movie about it, of course. The aliens took the evidence with them back to Mars. We to know, Kev. Kind of useless if it's a secret. Wait, they did it, and then they told you. Why would they keep it secret? Let's go, funny Kev, so he can use rest of his life on perfectionist. Oh, I got a penny from Void. Excellent. Thank you so much. So kind of you. You know, I really got to wear my headphones. What an amazing structure this ancient civilization built. Must be aliens. Some white European twat who can't believe this shit right in Rome. Exactly. Exactly. White Europeans as opposed to... No. Yeah, don't forget about the Welsh Rwandans. Oh my days. You lot are fucking on one, aren't you? You really are on one. Ah, my days. It's good to stream manager. Hang in there. I'm trying to hang in there. Where's my activity feed, motherfucker? Bosh. Mike and Minis, thank you so much for the follow. I apologise, didn't see that earlier. 3 hours ago. Ah. Thanks anyway. If you're still there, appreciate it. Thanks for the posture check and the hydrate as well. Because I didn't have it on. I didn't have my headphones on. I didn't hear it. Oh, look at that! We just got raided by Tactical Tortoise. How's it going? Welcome in. Welcome. Hello. I hope your show was well. Thank you so much for the raid. And to everyone who's raiding in, hi, my name's Kev. This is the Hobby Corner. Normally we just hang out and chat nonsense and get some hobby done at the same time. I was just basing all of these new additions to my Silver Templars to sort of match this sort of style. You know, that sort of sandy base. And yeah, also got a cool Dreadnought put it up as well. So there we go. That's what I'm working on. Let us know in the chat how you're doing, what you're up to, what you're working on, all that great stuff. And thank you so much for hitting those links in the chat, Void. I appreciate it. And Wayne Lando as well for doing the shout out. I appreciate your dude. 20 people raided in. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Right, so let's get this stuff stuck down, shall we? These are the most handiest tools I've really got. I don't just use these for hobby use. I use it for like whenever I've got to fix electronics as well. They're just perfect shape and size, you know? It's just great. Seriously, if you're ever to invest in any kind of tool, get yourself one of these. Wait, should I have sprayed the varnish on them first? Before I did the... Ah, well. Fuck it. Whoopsie. At least the varnish will help keep the flock patches... Not flock, but the static grass patches stuck on, I guess. Do I have any STL for basing bits? No. I mean like skulls and stuff, because I've got basing bits. Or are you looking for yourself? No. No, none of that. Stick it under his foot like that a bit. Like he's stepping through a patch of grass. I don't think a Terminator would worry too much about standing on the grass or not. Nice. Ah, typical. Pre-spaffed bases always do well. Yeah, maybe. It's a good idea. I'll look into how to make that work, you know, like sculpting of it and all that, and then See what I could do with it. Yeah. I suppose what I could do, I could be cheeky and import a bunch of rock shapes and that sort of stuff, slabs, paving stones, that sort of bit, and then just, yeah, reorientate, blend, mesh, overlap, that sort of thing. Ah, well, that's so kind of you. You're gonna have to remind me another day though, to put it like so I don't forget about doing it. Actually, you know what? Where are my scissors at? There they are. Right. Did I get on okay with the banner? I can show you, man. Right, I'm going to stick that there on the screen so I remember. There we go. Didn't know you could write. I'm impressed. Amazing. Well done. Banner, actually, I think it's here. There we are. So a bit of that spike there broke off when I was taking the supports off. But yeah, like pretty much perfectly formed. Just had a bit of it's really delicate on the inside. But I mean, came out all right. Fucking focus. There we go. Yeah, and it was the slanted backwards at an angle, sort of like that, sort of 45-degree angle, lean back, and making sure I had supports at the tip of every point. That's what helped it. So I mean, it's more or less ready to add. I just need to increase the size of it a bit because it's not big enough for the... I still think I need a longer pole either side for a dreadnought. You know what I mean? And then he's shrinking down regular marine. So yeah, it still needs tinkering. It still needs tinkering. It's either too big or too small. That's what she said. But you're happy you thought of doing it that way. What way? You know what? Honestly, I think trying out this design again might be better, just simply because it's solid on the inside, less brittle. But I also want to give this one a go as well and see if I can get all three to work. If I get all three designs to work, then I could package that as a set, and if I get the scale right, then I can set it as a set. This is and make sure that the file prints perfectly and not brittle at all for the marine size, and then just have an upscaled version for dreadnoughts who happen to want backpacks. And then yeah, that probably won't sell much at all, but you know, it'll work. Just tin foil banner. Talking about tin foil, have you seen corrugated roofing former from Green Stuff World? Uses Coke cans. No, I have not seen that at all. But yeah, what was my plan anyway? My plan was to hang a chain around it, have the chain go through the tyrant's head. I'm gonna have the blade snapped at some point, you know, let's just... you know, the flex on that. Did I not fully cure this bit then? I don't think I did a final cure on this. It's been sitting on my desk in the shade for too long. Because it shouldn't be that flexible. It's good resin for its price, but see if I can overexpose it, and that'll make it a bit more brittle, hopefully. I want some of the blade. There you go. Doesn't look snapped enough, does it? No idea where that went. Oh, there it is. There we go. That's a bit better. So yeah, have that hang from a chain on there. It's be a short chain, and have that hang. Have that at the back of the dread. Tyrannic Warvet, let's go. So that's the idea anyway. Nope. Right, so was it I needed to do on these to finish them off? I think it was just edge highlight the black bits, and then it was a case of doing the transfers. So I guess let's do that then. What are we on? Oh no, can't do it. We've run out of time on the show. There we go. At least they're based and they're ready to go. At the very least, I could do a last minute thing. I think I've got 2 weeks. I think it's in 2 weekends, isn't it? I think. Let me just check. Where's the search function? Can I search in conversation? Yeah. Date. Tenth of August. Oh, bugging me sideways. It's not this weekend, it's next weekend. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. I'll blink and it'll be here. So yeah, I got time to get it done. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Who's panicking? I'm not panicking. They'll be tricky to prime and not chimp. Oh. Fair enough. Right, so yes, as we are streaming to both Twitch and YouTube at the moment, I'll say goodbye to the folk on YouTube first. Thank you very much for being here tonight. I appreciate you. Please don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't already, and subscribe as well if you haven't. And if you want to go a little bit further, maybe even leave a comment. We appreciate it. Follow all the socials. They'll be in the description, and I hope to see you in the Discord, if not anywhere else, or at least this Friday, where we will be revealing the results of July's KFC Paint Challenge. So tune in for that. And of course, remember that the Discord Paint Challenge for August is going to be a base. Do a base. 25 to 40 mil base that you normally use to stand a miniature on. Decorate it as best you can. Build it up. Spread it out. Do whatever you want with it. I'm so open on what you can do with it, as long as everything is on that base and not touching. You know, like if you were to put it down on the table, like you're not having like platforms come off with legs touching on the floor to just make it bigger. It's not, as long as everything is on that base and balancing on that base, and the base don't tip over, go crazy. So and you can have a miniature attached to it or whatever. That's cool as well. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.